Imagine if you fucking have a heart attack, you see me walk in. Bro, you would have a second one. Fuck no, this guy, just me with some jorts on. You ready, buddy?
And they were pissed. They were like, no, we're not going to have a nurse in the family. Like,
God
okay.
forbid.
God forbid.
We have a caretaker.
God forbid. Then my brother releases the news. He's like, yeah, actually, I'm not going to be a heart surgeon.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be a physical therapist. That put them in a coma. That
Another caretaker.
Another goddamn caretaker.
Another goddamn helper in the family.
You guys will not believe what we have in store for you today, because today we're talking all about careers and why parents think that they have a say with what we choose to do with our lives, right? So in this episode, we are talking all about our childhood dreams with what we want to do, and was that enmeshed with what our parents wanted us to do, with the extension of themselves, or was that genuinely what we wanted to do, like become a doctor, lawyer, engineer? And then moving on, we're going to be talking about how we were fighting with our parents, how we got what we wanted to do in college and afterwards, and that whole difficult conversation that we had to have with them to get to where we are now. And then finally, we're going to talk about what career we did choose and our parents' reactions to it. And we have so many more things that we are going to be talking about in this episode. So if you are interested, make sure to keep on watching or listening.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Difficulties. Podcast about South Asian narratives, hosted by my co-host
Mahua Khan, and hosted by my co-host,
me, Mashnoon Munir. Before we get any further, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, rate the podcast, review the podcast, do all that, because we want you to.
Yeah,
and we appreciate it.
And you're getting all this for free, like
you're getting all this for free.
You know, yapping on Central.
Yeah.
Just all the advice, all the experience, traumatic experiences to help you grow in your life journey for free.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This is like an expensive experience, you know, if I were to say so myself.
It is. People charge thousands for coaching nowadays.
We should. Imagine like a coaching class. Someone just dumps their trauma and we're just staring at them. We're like, fuck.
Damn, you got it bad.
Yeah, what's up? Anything new?
You know, like, there are things that are new, obviously. But the only thing I can think about right now is that, like, we played Fortnite last night, and I got number 3. Like, I was so close to getting number 1.
Yeah.
And then Mashun was like, okay, I'm going to avenge you.
Yeah.
And so he was like, I'm going to get number 1, right?
Yeah.
Why did he die at 95?
That's like 97 or something.
97 out of 100.
But you saw what happened. Someone flipped me.
No, there was nothing. All
right, you want to say why you ended up dying at number 3?
Yeah, I died at number 3 out of 100.
Yeah,
I was
why?
the last 3 remaining.
Why?
Yeah, because the storm closed in on me. Like, I don't know.
No, more explicit.
I don't know how to build. Okay.
She was just stuck behind a wall, and she couldn't jump the wall because she doesn't know how to build.
Okay, anyway, anything else new with you?
I'm sure there is.
Our difficulters are not listening just to hear about my Fortnite tribulations.
Yeah, no. I hung out with a friend yesterday. Great time. You guys know I struggle with, maintaining friendships. But I've been better. I told you this morning, I'm better at texting now. I just don't take it as serious. You know? And I think, like, I think I used to always just tell myself, like, I have my texts have to be like calculated. I have to pack a punch with what I'm saying to convince them to text me back. But at the end of the day, like, if you have like a cool friendship with someone, you could just send someone like a smiley
stickers,
face, and they'll get back to you.
Yeah.
So I've been throwing a lot of shots, and I've been doing well, man. So yeah, good. Hung out with someone for a while. My boy Saj hung out with Saj a couple hours yesterday. Good time. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm glad.
Studying, getting to it.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're
out
in productive.
here.
I mean, fall is approaching. We're in productive era.
I'm just out here.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard nowadays that you can like send stickers for texts. So if you don't want to write out a full response, you can just collect stickers. Like not physical stickers, but text message stickers as like reactions. So instead of like GIF reactions or actual writing out words, text reactions, you can send a little sticker. It's more low maintenance, but it still packs a punch,
You be throwing stickers?
No, I haven't yet. But I heard.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Okay, we won't waste any more of your time.
But what are we talking about today?
We'll get into I know, but I think you can explain it better.
Yeah, I can.
So please do that.
So for this episode, we thought we could talk about careers and the pressure of choosing your own career or listening to your parents' wishes for you on your career, right? And I feel like this could be very relatable for a lot of children of immigrants, because sometimes we have this extreme pressure to choose something that our parents are telling us to choose for our whole lives, basically. And we're hoping that this episode will give you some motivation to choose your own path and to show you that things do get better. But, you know, some of the conversations we had with our parents before they were on board with what we wanted to do instead of what they wanted us to do, and all of the fights and problems that created, and just also retaining your own hobbies and interests and identity outside of the extension that your parents have made. You know, like oftentimes when our parents do immigrate here, we are like the extension of themselves. So all of the shattered dreams that they've had, they put that onto us, and then we feel like we have to fulfill that to make them proud. But, like, you know, this is your sign after listening to this episode, hopefully, that things can still be good if you choose your own path.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
So I thought it'd be an interesting one, you know?
Wow. That's deep. Yeah, I like that. I think the part that, you know, I've always just found interesting is, you know, the hobbies part. Because, you know, not expanding it from just, like, immigrant parents. Like, it's a parent to kid thing, you know? Like, me as a parent, I'm going to want my kid to get into specific things, you know, because they're just like special to me.
Like what?
And like piano, you know?
Yeah, that's a
chess.
good one. Mine is like, weirdly, it's like lacrosse. Lacrosse.
Okay, but
karate too.
This is built off of nothing.
No, lacrosse
like, no
is built off the fact
this.
that I didn't make the lacrosse team.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand there's more like complex reasoning to like certain like,
yeah, but that's a good like sport to be in.
Lacrosse?
Yes.
I don't think there's much you could do with lacrosse.
Yes, okay.
Like, you can't be
lacrosse
hanging out with
players.
your friends, be like, find a lacrosse stick on the floor and, you know, be able to show off your skills.
You don't have to do that. Playing a sport isn't about showing off your skills.
Okay.
Swimming is a good sport.
What'd you say?
Swimming.
Swimming's a good sport.
It's like a life.
You ever plan on learning how to swim?
I know how to swim. It just don't throw me in the middle of the ocean. Like, I know how to swim,
She
guys.
can swim as long as the water is like 2 feet like tall.
No, that's literally true. Like, I can swim only if I can feel the bottom of the floor.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously, when I went to Thailand and they threw us in the middle of the ocean, I'm not going to be swimming without a life vest. What do you think? I'm crazy? I'm about to die? No. I'm going to wear a life vest. And then I tried taking one of those, like, aesthetic photos of me, like, you know, floating in the ocean like a mermaid. And I looked like the ugly sister from Grown Ups, okay? Because I had a life vest on. And we didn't even put it on, like, on our body, on our top, like, chest. I did that in the beginning and they called me stupid. So they're like, oh, put it on like a diaper. So you literally have to put your legs through the armholes.
Yeah.
And then it looks like a diaper, and that picture came out even worse.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what you were saying?
Look like Baymax. I wasn't saying much. I was about to say that, yeah, I think we can start this episode off. You know? So like,
let's get going.
Where did you want to start off with?
I think a good place to start is, what did we want to be growing up?
Oh my God. You know, I think about this a lot.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know.
You don't know?
I've never had one thing.
You have multiple.
I think like the reason for that is just like a combination of like, I don't know, I was just into so many different things growing up, like just interested in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like, I was also just like a product of my environment. Like, I don't feel like anyone around me knew what they were doing, and everyone was just kind of like going with the flow and like, we're gonna figure it out. And like, hopefully in high school they like found interest in something, and then they went to college to study something and then became something. That was kind of like the mindset of pretty much everyone that I was around. So, you know, growing up, like, I could get into specifics of like literally every year I was just into something different. Like, I did not know what I wanted to do for a long time. Like, nowadays, like, I say, like, you know, I want to pursue writing full time, but like, obviously I'm not doing that. But still, like,
but you're still getting to that point. You're still
that's
writing.
where I'm getting to. Yeah, but like, apart from that, like, I wasn't in high school being like, okay, I am going to become a writer. It was just like something that like I always just wanted to like do more and like hopefully build into like my career.
Did you ever think that it was possible to do all the things that you want to do, like, at once?
I think I did, but I think very quickly I started listening to like the obvious advice, which is you can't do
just
everything.
Focus on
like
one.
you do have to just, you know, be like, instead of being like a jack of all trades, like you kind of gotta focus on one thing. And so like, I don't know. In middle school, I was on a robotics team, so I was like, maybe I can study engineering? And then I was like, I'm not that smart. So then, like, I think for a little bit, I was like interested in like psychology and like, behavior studies. I got tired of that. And then I think like within like 11th, 12th grade, I just got more into like business and like economics and stuff. And that's a good foundation to just kind of be on. And I went to school for business, but it was always in pursuit of like nothing specific. It was I was just kind of like going with the flow. So I have kind of a boring answer to this. Obviously I have what my like mom wanted me to be, but at least personally, like I had a tough experience because I just loved everything, and it really sucks loving everything.
I don't
because
think it sucks. I think
it
it gives
does
you
if
more
you don't.
opportunity for open doors.
Nah, but it does if like you don't have like the one thing that sticks out more than like the rest, or at least in my case there was always the writing, but I just didn't realize that was like the one thing that was sticking above the rest.
I remember you told me
older.
that your English teacher in high school wrote really nice words for you on your essays, and
Yeah.
that stuck with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember she had an assignment where like once a month we all had to write like a 1-page essay on just like a different topic every month that she decided, and we'd have to read in front of the class. And it was just like such a simple assignment, but I loved it because like one, it like forced me to like write more consistently. Like I always enjoyed writing, but I just never had any like pressure to like creatively write more consistently until that. And she was always just like really receptive to like what I wrote and gave me like really good feedback. So yeah, she was definitely a big influence. Shout out Dr. Weaver, Service Creek Elementary School, high school. But yeah, long story short, like a little bit of everything, unfortunately. But
unfortunately, yeah. I see it as fortunate. I wanted to be a princess growing up. I don't know about you, but I mean, same thing as you. I had multiple things that I wanted to be. Like, I remember in first grade, we had to do a project that would be hung up on in the hallway for parent-teacher conferences, so the parents could come and be like, "Oh, wow, like our kids are so nice, right?" So the assignment was, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And then you have to like draw a picture and like write a little line about it. And I wrote, "I want to be an engineer," and because that's. Like, even growing up, my parents have always been like the 3 jobs: doctor, engineer, lawyer. So engineer was like, oh, engineer, that's like a lawyer, basically.
Good word to it.
Yeah, it's a long, big word.
Yeah.
And I think since I didn't know how to spell it, I was 6, right? I didn't know how to spell it. I also didn't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I want to be an engineer. My computer teacher back at the time, you youngsters, you're not gonna know what a computer teacher is, okay? We used to have a class.
I had one.
For computer learning.
I had one.
And like also in our home, we would have a computer room. So this is before your age, guys. If you're younger than age 22, you're not gonna know what that is.
Wow.
But anyway, my computer teacher, Miss Diegues, I forgot her name, but it was something of that sort. She was like, "Oh, engineer, train conductor, right?"
Oh.
So I made this whole project talking about train conductors, which wasn't my intent. I thought, well, I didn't know what engineer meant, right?
Right.
But I found out later that that's not actually what an engineer that I was talking about is, right? So engineer was one of them, even though I didn't know what it was. Second, obviously fashion designer, because Hannah Montana, I loved her closet.
We know about that one.
I drew a lot of pictures, but that dream died pretty quickly, And then a big one that I thought I was going to actually pursue as I got older and older was pediatrician. Because
I know this.
I love helping people.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, doctor.
Yeah.
Parents have always mentioned doctor.
Yeah. Not
That's
as hard as becoming a surgeon.
Not as hard as becoming a surgeon. Pediatricians with kids will be a little simpler.
I like kids.
So I was like, yeah, I love kids. I love teaching. Or no, I love helping people. So like, this is the right career choice for me. And then similar to you, I realized that I'm actually not good at science or math. And I would always like beat myself up over it because in high school, I wouldn't be in the AP sciences. I wouldn't be in the AP math. Like, I was so bad at math, even though I tried so hard on it.
Yeah.
And then I would get compared to my brother who was in those classes, and he was younger than me. And then I was like, okay, damn, like I can still maybe be the dumbest person in a potential med program and still try, or maybe like this isn't the path for me because I'm also not passionate about science or those logical classes.
Yeah.
Right. So then I went into college for pre-nursing.
You did, and how'd that go?
It didn't happen.
It
It didn't happen. So I went into college with a pre-nursing major.
Yeah, you did.
And even that was such a big fight with my parents because they didn't want me to be a nurse. It's like, if you choose not to be a doctor, do anything but nursing.
Yeah.
But then anything but nursing is actually not anything but nursing. It can't be this.
Yeah.
So then I chose to not do pre-nursing after one semester. But at the end of the day, I have a minor in biology.
I don't know why.
I don't know how and why.
Name one biological fact.
I can't tell you.
No.
I really can't tell you.
That's okay.
But so yeah, you got your English class that you really liked, but you never thought that you could pursue that. So you pursued business, right?
I did pursue business because I didn't want to pursue writing, at least in like the academic sense, because like I don't want nobody forcing me to write. It's just something that like, you know,
you just got to do it.
It was, you know, what I did for enjoyment, what I did on like my own time. I didn't want to go study it. And I was interested in business. I don't know what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to be I didn't think I wanted to be self-employed, but I wanted to, you know, maybe get some like business analyst type of position at like a good company or something. I don't know. That's just like what I was into. So I was like, you know, let me just like ride it safe and I'll figure out what I want to do like in my own time. And then, you know, thankfully, like I was able to build a professional career through just like different jobs and internships separate from my academic career. So, you know, I kind of made it happen like without, you know, the influence of college or whatnot.
But you know what's interesting? We didn't really have social media like that growing up.
Yeah.
Like there was social media and Facebook and MySpace and this and that, but it's not as accessible as it is now, where you can go on TikTok, go on Instagram and see like a bunch of different careers outside of the very cookie cutter ones that we grew up with. So like what you said, growing up, there was a very traditional thing, like a route that we saw. So we didn't even know that careers existed outside of the ones that we saw and knew of.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you're saying that you would just probably be like an analyst or something in that business sense, but you didn't even realize that there are so many routes inside of just business.
Yeah, literally what I'm in now. I did not even know what this job was, like that it even existed. But like when I got my first corporate job, I was working as like just like a marketplace specialist. And there
what
was
is that?
Fuck if I know. I don't know. And my team worked next to another team that was the customer success manager team. And I used to always see them, and they were like a small group of people. They were like in like their later 20s. They seemed cool. Like
they feel like the popular kids in school?
Yeah, literally. Like they've had like their laptops in their hands, like walking around, like going to like meetings and shit. And I just thought meetings were the coolest shit. Like, who are you meeting with, buddy? Like, and I just thought like the idea of speaking with the client was just cool.
Yeah.
You know, it was just.
I mean, it's still kind of cool.
It's cool. Like, you got clients and shit. So I was like,
didn't you get yelled at? Didn't you have a meeting today and you got yelled at?
Yeah, all the time. No, I didn't. I should have gotten yelled at because I fucked up. But you know, I have a cool manager. But no. And then I found out what that position was, and I was like, like that's not that hard. Yeah. And then, you know, things happened, and now I'm there. So. Yeah, one story I did want to tell. I remember in second grade, we had like a science project where we had to explain one of the systems in the body. You know, there are different systems, like nervous system, digestive system,
endocrine. Yeah, you didn't think.
This is biology coming through, and you know, we had the option to pick. So I was like, obviously I'm picking digestive system.
Why is that obvious?
Obviously.
Why is that obvious?
Because, you know.
Because you like to eat?
Consumption. I was interested.
Okay.
I wanted to know how this system worked. So, you know, I made this whole, it was like a rollout kind of like big poster paper.
I feel like we did that too, but that was in 6th grade.
Okay.
You did this in second grade?
I was 6 years old.
You were not.
You were in 6th grade. I was 6.
You were not 6 in 2nd grade.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't. I was 7. No, I started at 6 though. Anyway, and I made this whole project about, you know, food, mouth, esophagus, stomach acids, small intestine, the nutrients are absorbed, large intestine, colon. you know what happens then. And my mom has stuck by me the creation of this project for probably the rest of my life. Will not ever stop bringing it up. Mashnun, I know you're doing this thing you're doing now. I know you always wanted to be a doctor.
I know it's a phase.
Because you made this project, and you don't know because you were 7, but that project was amazing.
Doesn't your dad also still bring that up?
Right.
I think it's interesting because, you know, our parents think this version of us since we're very little, and then they're unable to let go of that version.
Yeah.
You know, like I also liked several things growing up, but now that I'm 27 years old, that doesn't mean that I'm still that same person.
Right.
You know, me growing up, we were a lot more well off than we are now, but my mentality as I got older and older was like, I'm going to get my parents out of the hood, you know? And so their idea of me like, oh, become a doctor, lawyer, I was like, you know what? This small little thing that I'm going to do for them, I'm going to be the person to like get them out of this bad financial situation that we're in now.
Yeah.
And obviously, as I've gotten older, that pressure has gotten bigger, but I feel like I'm in a place now where I can still help them get out of that, but I'm more inclined to like choose myself.
Yeah.
You know, like what I want to do and my dream life. But I think it's interesting that so many of our parents are unable to like let go of that old version of ourselves. But then when we do try to show our true authentic side and try to show like who we are outside of just those small beliefs,
Yeah.
we're like kind of shunned, and then they get upset when we do open up about that, or then we shut down and we don't want to open up at all.
Yeah.
Because we're not like their ideal versions of what they expected us to be. But like, do you remember how your parents reacted when you went into college doing something that they actually did not want you to do?
I mean, personally, my mom was fine with me doing business. I think, you know, obviously the hard pill to swallow was like, I didn't go into much detail, but like my mom very much wanted me to be a doctor. For more reasons than that.
Can you imagine you being a doctor right now?
Imagine if you fucking have a heart attack, you see me walk in. Bro, you would have a second one. Fuck no, this guy, just me with some jorts on.
Jorts under your white coat.
You ready, buddy? What's going on, shit? Nah, I would be on God. I would get banned from the country if I was a doctor.
You'd get your medical license taken away right after.
Nah, but my mom really wanted me to be a doctor. For various reasons. Very personal reasons of her. She really wanted me to be a doctor, bigger than like the whole safety net thing. So it was a hard pill for her to swallow, and you know, will be a lifetime pill for her to swallow. The fact that I don't want to be a doctor.
Still current?
Huh?
Still current?
Yeah, everlasting. Yeah, my mom was cool with business. She knew that I was like always into it, and like it's stable and it's a buzzword and like it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it was just tough. It's just tough for her. I think what made it easy is just the fact that I've never shown any interest in it other than like my second grade project. Apart from that, like I like vividly remember telling my mom from a very early age, like, Mom, I'm not into that. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I know you want this, but like I'm not into that. So I think like that maybe kind of like lightened the blow for me. But yeah, man, I mean there's no way really around it. It's just kind of you gotta hit them with the bomb like that. And
you know, it's interesting because like I had a few people DMing and commenting on my post recently asking like, how do I confront the topic of moving out with my parents without them getting mad?
Yeah.
And I'm like, buddy,
yeah,
they're gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but they're gonna get mad, but you can't just not do something or not tell them something forever because you're scared of their reaction.
Yeah.
Like, you have to just embrace it and get over it.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, the longer you delay this process, the longer you're holding off on what you want to do. And they're not gonna probably react the expected way that you want, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean you just sit there and premeditate and think about it forever and just think of that's not gonna help. But
I think what's always helped me is like, and like we've talked about this a lot, but it's just you gotta make the reason why you do certain things, like move out or like pursue a separate career, is like you gotta make it about like understanding what at the core what they want and like relating it to that. So like for example, my mom always wanted me to be a doctor, but throughout my whole 20s I always tell my mom, if I was in med school right now, you would never see me. You would see me twice a year. I would have absolutely no money to sustain myself. I would have absolutely no time to do anything with my life other than study. And sure, by 30, 32, I'm a doctor, but then I got $500,000 to pay back in loans. And then I still can't even see you like that. Yeah, maybe I could take you on a nice vacation every 4 or 5 months. But is that the life that you want? No. I know at the end of the day, what my mom wants is time with me. So I told my mom, I'm not working a tech job. I can see you twice a month. Just because my job lets me. I make good money. I can spend these days. I don't have to be at the hospital from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m., and be sleepy. Like, I have time and freedom to hang out with you and to pay for things. And I think that helps my mom, like, reason with it a little bit. It's like...
But I think that's also a big thing where they assume that the only financial secure jobs are, like, the doctor, lawyer, engineer routes. The core three. But now we know that there are so many other jobs that give you that financial security and also freedom of time. Yeah. Right? And I feel like even, not even our parents, like we didn't even have that representation growing up. It would be like doctor, lawyer, or like actor. What are we going to get into acting? I mean, you can, buddy. But I'm just saying, like, it was harder to attain that,
Yeah.
But I remember going into college with pre-nursing. I actually don't even think I told my parents that was the major that I went in with.
Yeah.
I might have gone in with undeclared or pre-nursing, but I remember I had pre-nursing as my first semester, and they were pissed. They were like, "No, we're not going to have a nurse in the family." Like,
God forbid. God forbid. We have a caretaker.
God forbid there's a caretaker in the family. And I'm like, here we go. Literally my first semester, here we go. God forbid your daughter majors in biology and works in a hospital and takes care of people. I'm like, all right. So that was a whole fight. I remember getting guilt tripped and just not talked to. I just didn't even understand why. Didn't even understand why.
You're like, Mom, I'm
saving lives. Like, I'm literally saving lives. But it's just like, if you're not a doctor, like, don't be anything.
Yeah, why are you even trying?
So at the end of the day, again, I realized I wasn't good at science. And also Hunter College is one of the best colleges, especially CUNY, for nursing. And that makes it extremely hard. I don't even know how I got in, honestly. I genuinely don't know how I got in. But then I wanted to change over to English. Yeah,
your bread and butter. I'm so happy to see how much you've learned, like, throughout, like, your academic career in English.
As my major wasn't the best pivot. But I was just like, it can't get worse from nursing.
Right.
It got worse.
Okay.
So after I did English, in that time, I was also getting my childhood education degree, not in master's, but in undergrad. Yeah. And I thought I could do both, and I would have, but I got so much hate for the English, and also the education, English? The teaching as well. So I was like, let me get out of the education and pursue that for master's, right? Yeah. So, I was telling my parents that I'm going to be a teacher, and there was a lot of pushback for this as well, because it's not the fact that it's not a respectable job. It's just that teachers don't make a lot.
Yeah, you're not making bread
in New York or anywhere in general. So there was a lot of pushback for that because, again, my parents, we didn't have money like that, so I was kind of the security blanket. Yeah. And they had high expectations for me. And so I went into teaching, and finally they got more on board with it because at the end of the day, it's still a secure job. It's still respectable. My grandparents were highly respected in Bangladesh because they were also working in schools, and so they got more on board with it, and I got my master's, graduated early, did the whole thing, and they were proud of that.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, just cash.
Yeah.
And then my brother got a lot of it too because he always wanted to be a heart surgeon, right? I don't know why, but he told them since he was a kid that he was going to be a heart surgeon. So he got their hopes up so high. My poor parents. He's like, yes, we're finally going to have a doctor in the family. So, he's allowed to go away for school because they're like, yeah, he's going to be a heart surgeon.
That's so funny.
And they're riding on him because they're like, we lost the older one. Like, the younger one can get us out of the hood.
Man, the other wants to be a teacher, caretaker. Fuck that one, man.
English teacher, yeah. So then my brother releases the news that he's actually not. He's
guys,
like done with school.
Guys, yeah.
He's like done with school. He's dormed for 4 years. He's like, yeah, actually, I'm not going to be a heart surgeon.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be a physical therapist, and that put them in a coma. So you would think that would be like a prideful moment for them. No.
Another caretaker.
Another
goddamn helper in the family. Too many helpers.
You're like, if you're gonna be a physical therapist, just be a doctor.
Right.
And we're like, what's the comparison?
Yeah.
So so that didn't work out. And so anyway, now my brother's in tech and he loves that. But it's just so interesting because there have been so many different bumps in the journey. I wouldn't even say bumps. I feel like they're just learning curves. Like, as we're getting older and older, we're just learning more about ourselves. We're deciding what we want to pursue, and we go in a different direction. And like, you would think that there would be some support and understanding with that, because like, you shouldn't be at 17 years old, you shouldn't know what to do for the rest of your life, right? But like, we didn't have that much support. But regardless, we stood our ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now here we are.
And we're good, right?
We're good.
Yeah. And like, along those lines, like, I think like the truth about this whole like professional career thing that like they just don't emphasize enough in school, or at least didn't when we were in school, is like the fact that like career pivots are normal. Career pivots are so fine,
and people do it later.
Like, it's so regular. Like, even like at my company, like yeah, I'm in the tech bubble, but even in that, like, I know people that have pivoted 3, 4, 5 times in 10 years of working. Like, it's regular. Like, what the stuff that you learn in your current role, you are able to do another role with these set of skills and just learn more things on top of that.
Like, they're soft skills that you can apply to other things.
But like, it's the fact that they tell you growing up your entire life, you gotta know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Is crazy, because that's so inhumane.
And if you don't know what you want to do, we're not your family anymore.
Like, it's so inhumane. It's so irregular. Like, that's not how like the human mind works. Like, you're not supposed to fucking stick to one thing for the entire life. You're supposed to explore and find things that you like and learn more about yourself, especially in your 20s. Like, I'm changing. Like, ever since I was a teenager, I change what I'm into every single year. I mean, less nowadays, but still, like, I'll be working my role. I'll make a coworker on our team. I'll be, oh, what do you do? He tells me, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm into that.
I think
shit happens.
I think the worst part for me, especially, but this can go in the other direction for other people, where, if you don't get the support from your parents and they see you as a failure because you're not choosing the path that they want, sometimes that makes them more insecure and not willing to try and just like give up completely.
Yeah.
Whereas there was people like me who saw that type of response from my parents, and I'm like, I'm going to overexert myself even more to work harder to prove to them that I can do what I need to do by taking all these extra college classes, working 2 multiple jobs, paying for my own classes, and like finishing my master's at such a young age, where I just like wanted to prove my value to them. Yeah. Like, just show them in their face that I can actually do this. Where it kind of made me not burn out, but just work, like, it fueled me to work more in maybe not the healthiest way. Yeah. And I think it's sucky when you feel like you have to like win the love of your parents, like, obviously I'm understanding of my parents and I get where they came from. Like, they just wanted us, like me and my brother, to feel secure and happy and not have to go through what they had to go through, like have that disrespect of immigrants coming to a new country and just be disrespected for not knowing the language or having the best job. But it's just that pressure on us made us feel like we couldn't be happy in life with what we wanted to do, you know?
And combine that with like amazing communication from my parents.
Oh, yeah.
You got fucking
Stellar.
a beautiful recipe
Yeah.
of success.
You had good communication?
Huh?
You had good
It couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to tell them everything.
And they were able to like open up to you without
Huh?
they were able to like open up to
I
you.
can't do this anymore.
Like, we have to give it up.
I
Okay,
guess
okay.
that's enough.
Okay.
You know, one thing I've been thinking about a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this, but I talked about it like extensively last night. It's just like the idea of education, like especially when it comes to like the Bengali identity. Like, obviously, all of our parents pushed education on us because education, safety, more opportunity, more able to get a job, all that stuff. But I think like the one aspect of like education, again specifically for like the Bengali identity, is like you like when you went to Bangladesh, and even nowadays, like we meet so many educated Bengali people, and
that's at their core.
And it's like yeah, like we think about what education means in Bangladesh, and like again, obviously so much of it is the safety net, but like at the core, like they see education just as wealth. You know, education is just like you are more comfortable in more rooms, you are just more confident in yourself, you just the inner joy you feel of knowing that you can hold up a conversation with anything, you know. And like I think that is something that our parents were just never really able to communicate, because I would always hear from my mom like, oh, education, you need to be educated, but she never explained it in that way. And I think and I was also one of those kids, as so many of us are, that are like, Mom, I get a job without a degree. I got this job without a degree. I can just keep building my career. I don't need no college degree. You see how so many, you know, college dropouts are successful. Obviously, I don't need a degree. But, you know, I wish my mom kind of geared the conversation towards like, no, I'm watching, like, the more educated you are, like, fuck the degree, like, the more education you have, and like the easiest way is to go to school and get degrees, you're just gonna feel happier. You're just gonna be more capable of holding up like your own weight.
I also think that education in Bengalis and Bangladeshis is just a form of resistance and liberation.
Yeah.
Because so many educated professors and just individuals in general got killed during the Operation Searchlight, where that was used against us for being too educated, where I think a lot of people, not even just recently, but after the war specifically, they want to like re-own their identity and re-own their intelligence by just learning more and more and like getting more into the culture and just being so educated where they're like untouchable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you feel like your mom is now, or your parents are now, with your job and like what you do?
I think my sister and I have like pushed the boundaries enough to where now it's just purely about like, do what you want as long as like we understand it, it's safe and secure, you make a lot of money, you keep making more money every year, and like you have the freedom to like come visit and to travel and like do your own thing, and you're not fucking stressed about your job. Alhamdulillah, that is now where we are at.
Yeah.
But it's taken a long time to get here, and obviously I could not have done it with my sister. She's the one that has been taking lead and pushing back against like the understanding of like what a career is these days, like in America at least. So things are a lot easier.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's a lot better than like 5 years ago?
Amen. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. I think when the time is right, when I do feel confident enough to like pivot to fully self-employed, whether it's like in writing or with the podcast or just whatever it is, and you know, have that conversation with my mom, like, hey mom, I'm choosing this life because I know at the end of the day, like, this is what I've always wanted to do. That'll be like a whole nother conversation to have. But like, as for right now, like, I've been able to pivot the way my mom thinks over to like, because everything I said about like being a doctor, med school, these high profile jobs, you don't have time to hang out with your family. Especially if I'm in New York, my mom's in Florida. If I was a doctor up here, how often can I go, or at least in med school, if I was in med school right now, how often can I see my mom?
Yeah.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
3 times a year. My mom can't do that. You know, I need to see my mom like twice a month.
Yeah.
You know, and these aren't like, yeah, I use these as leverage, but like I'm not lying at the end of the day. Like this is all fact, and I think my mom kind of accepted that. You know, so you know, alhamdulillah, things are a lot easier now than they were.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, things are a lot better now too, but like that doesn't mean that everything's like perfect. Like there are still instances now where like I have my teaching degree, I have my master's, but I don't use it per se as a business owner and as like a podcaster creating online. And like when I'm talking about my job to people, when they ask me what I do and my mom's nearby, she'll be like,
yeah, she's a
yeah, but she has a master's. She doesn't use. She has a master's in teaching. And like I think it is the same sentiment as what you said, where education is such a big part of Bengali culture, where they're very proud of that.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm also very proud of my degree, obviously, but I don't feel like I have to always use that as leverage to like show how worthy I am as a person. Like I can just be like, I do this and this, but I don't have to like give my credentials and my background. Like they didn't ask for all that. That's just me bragging and talking for what, you know?
Yeah.
And there was definitely a time after I graduated and I chose to pursue my business entrepreneur side full time, where my parents just didn't understand it. I mean, granted, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like they don't get it. Also, they're just scared of the insecurity of the finances. But it took a really long time to prove myself again. But I felt like in my head, I was like, okay, I did everything right with getting my degree, getting my master's, you know, doing what they did want me to do, even though it was like teaching and what I wanted to do anyway. So now this is my chance to do what I want and give it a try, right? So I feel like it is always kind of like a push and pull type of situation, but it does get a lot better, you know. But you have to be that person to still put your foot down and pursue what you want to do, because at the end of the day, like, you're going to be working that job for 30-40 years. Your parents are not going to be there for you for the rest of your life,
right?
And it's like, if you're dreading going to work every single day because you got into this career because your parents wanted you to do it, the community wanted you to make them proud, like, you're living with that. You're gonna get depressed because of that, you know? So it's just kind of like, you gotta pick and choose your battles, you know? And if you're scared of like confronting your parents and telling them that you don't or do want to do something, like, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, and you're always gonna live in regret.
Facts shit.
Yeah.
Facts shit.
That was good, right?
Yeah, good one. Yeah. Nice.
Thanks, buddy.
You want to do questions?
We got a lot of responses from you guys.
Uh-oh.
So as you guys know, on our Instagram, @difficultish, we ask you guys what the new episode's going to be. We ask you questions, and you guys can send in your responses, and we sometimes feature it in our episodes.
Yeah,
so
we
if
do.
you do want to be featured, potentially, make sure to follow us on there so you can see what we're talking about. So this time we asked in our stories, we're making an episode on careers and how much we had to fight with our parents to pursue what we want to do. Do you have any experience with this, and what is it? And we got quite a few responses.
Uh-oh.
So someone said, my parent always pressured me to go into medical, engineering, accounting, but I was never good with numbers or science. Now that I'm starting university, I'll be majoring in teaching French as a second foreign language because I've always seen myself as a teacher to teach others. My mom didn't take the decision in the beginning well, but when she saw my drive for it and how hard I've worked through all of it, she's been supportive. I'm excited for this new chapter unfolding and teaching a language that's native to me, all while helping others learn it and hopefully traveling and teaching it around the world.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
That is so sweet.
I love that for you. I love that your mom came around to supporting you
after
she saw the drive for it, because sometimes that is all it takes.
Sometimes
you can be as passionate and
we're not promising.
We're not promising. Sometimes you could be so into it.
Yeah.
It's not in your cards.
Yeah.
But what I also really like is that it reminds me how, even though I'm not teaching in a school anymore, and even though I'm not per se really using my degree like that, like the traditional way, I still work with kids like, you know, when I went to Bangladesh to see the scholarships that a lot of the community had in the villages, we met so many of the students, right? And my mom had the opportunity to also come to Bangladesh after 20 years. And I think that was, next to me getting my master's and seeing me graduate, that was one of the biggest, like, proudest moments that she had, because not only am I going back to our home country to help these students, but I'm also using my resources to help, and like physically, and she saw like that actual difference. So you know, a lot of soft skills that we learn in school, and maybe we just choose not to pursue it anymore, or maybe we choose to pivot careers, like, it still goes a long way with just life, you know?
Wow.
Just because you decide to not do something anymore because maybe it doesn't make enough money or whatever, things change, right? That doesn't mean you can't find another way to implement that into your life and like fulfill that passion of yours.
Wow.
You understand? Someone said, father wanted me to live in BD and buy and sell land and run the business. Would you do that? Your dad says, Mashun, you have to go back to Bangladesh and run the school.
I mean,
for
I'm
me.
different. I'm into that. Something that I didn't even like get to mention is like, I've just always been like just so enthralled with like just like nomadic living, just
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
living, like working in kitchens and just traveling like the world and stuff.
Yeah,
In another life, like that would be what I would like to do. But
you can still do it.
I tell you, hey,
I'll just come with you.
6-9 months.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
I'm at it.
I'll create content on the road. I'll run my business on the road.
How are you gonna ship orders?
That'd be a little bit hard. I'll hire someone here. Come on, buddy.
No, I mean that's a tricky, that's a sticky situation
Yeah.
to be in.
I see it
You're probably not
sometimes where,
doing
like,
it, but like I
yeah.
think, you know, there's a something very fruitful in that. I don't know.
Yeah. I see sometimes where like I know people in Bangladesh or in other countries where they're the last remaining sibling that is running their parents' company
Yeah.
or like fulfilling their dream in some way, but like all of their other siblings are outside of the country and like has families and living their own life. And I don't know, sometimes I like feel bad because like, I mean, obviously sometimes it is their own wish to stay there and do that, but sometimes it's like against their will and they have that pressure to just stay and fulfill that dream, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you can like start your own business over there while running that
and
business.
their name.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Someone said that they're neurodivergent and BIPOC and their parents would underestimate their career despite a good work ethic. Have you ever felt like that, where just because you have ADHD or because you weren't able to focus in school, your parents doubted your dreams and your work ethic?
Or the opposite. What the fuck?
What?
The opposite. They like, I mean.
Well, how's that the opposite? They thought you'd be an great stellar student.
No, the opposite, as in like they didn't believe in none of that. So it's they're just like
they
they're
just
just like
didn't believe.
fucking figure it out, buddy. Like you're just not studying hard enough.
Yeah.
You know, like my parents were, or my mom was like that. You know, very fickle minded when it came to like my struggles in school and whatnot. It's crazy because I always knew that like I have some deeper issue with this because like I always had those symptoms. But like you can't, how you explain that to your mom?
Yeah.
Your mom's not taking you to no psychiatrist. You can't see no psychiatrist. 14 years old.
Yeah.
Imagine 14-year-old booking an appointment on ZocDoc. You joining me? Hello.
I mean, we know someone where their parents took them to a psychiatrist at 2.
All right. Well, because that person is of a different skin color, you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not normal for us, but
But yeah, no, I mean, you know, use your weaknesses as strengths.
Oh, wait, what does that mean?
You know, use your neurodivergency as an asset to your personality. If you have ADHD and you're a wild boy, take advantage of it.
You know what's interesting? Because like my parents didn't take me serious with what I wanted to pursue and just like grades in general because I was rebellious in high school.
Yeah.
And I went against them a lot because of how they were so strict on me. So I would rebel even more. But they didn't take me serious because my grades weren't as good as my brother's. And also I just didn't follow any directions.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, you're going to fail in life.
Yeah, it's very Leo of you.
Yeah.
It's very Leo of you.
Maybe one more.
Oh, okay.
Someone said, going on my first tour while in college. Fam did not understand it at all.
College tour?
Well, they're on a musician tour while they're in college.
I thought they were touring a college.
No.
I was like, what don't your parents...
Yeah, that was a little
You're
bit
just touring UCF.
hard to understand.
You're touring under college. What's the...
I mean, if you can do both, why not?
Yeah, facts.
You know, as long as your
Facts.
grades don't slip that much. Like, if you can handle both. And that's like the thing, you know? Growing up, I didn't see too many people doing multiple things at the same time. It was, again, like, focus on one and excel in that. So I didn't think it was possible to be a fashion designer, doctor. I mean, that's like a whole thing. Fashion designer, doctor, content creator, like all these things. But now here I am.
Here you are. Leading by example. Leading
by example. And that's what you should do too. Like, your parents don't understand it, and that's fine. They shouldn't. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But still do it anyway and prove them wrong.
You just gotta be confident, man.
I'm saying.
You just gotta know that you can make it happen.
I'm saying.
By any means possible.
Exactly.
Facts. Anything else?
No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. You got a Bangla word of the day? I do.
Okay.
Shamosha. That's a problem. It means problem.
That's a problem.
Kuno shamosha nai. That means no problem at all.
Yeah, we ain't got no problem.
Nai, not at all, you know.
No.
No shamosha.
No.
Kuno shamosha nai. Anyway, 10-second piece of advice.
You want to like have another like mini argument? Like maybe I could add it to like the intro.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? Nah, come on. All right, you start it.
Your parents didn't support your career growing up because you were an unruly kid.
Shut the hell up. How about something shorter? You can't do the extended.
You were an unruly kid, and that's why your parents didn't let you do what you wanted to do.
That's fucked up, honestly.
Why'd you have to curse?
Okay.
You got any 10-second piece of advice?
Book yourself like a little like weekend solo trip somewhere. You know, it's good weather right now. Going into September, mid-September, late September. Good time. Do a little, personalize a little bit. Bake May.
Damn, we are going into our season break soon.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
How you feel about that?
Yeah, good, I guess.
It's gonna be a much needed rest.
Yeah,
so
I
got recoup.
I gotta study for this goddamn MBA exam.
It's for you. This break.
Fact.
Yeah. My piece of advice is disrupt your daily routine. You know, if you have a specific way going to work, maybe go a different way to try it out. If you have a very specific coffee routine in the morning, maybe try a different creamer or milk one day. But disrupt the routine that you have, because it might bring up new ideas and a new ritual for you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's all we got. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Difficult Dish. Please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, rate the podcast, review the podcast, and I hope you have such a fantastic week, and I hope that you have such a fantastic life.
It's true. And a career as well.
And I hope your parents are proud of you. And if not,
we are very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Allah Hafiz.
Bye.